Hello and welcome to Your United Way, a show that's all about connecting you with your community. My name is Ashley Wright. I'm the Executive Director for the United Way here in Paducah and McCracken County, and I'm also the host of today's show. For those of you that are regular viewers of our show, you know that our show really is based on how to engage people in what's going on in our community, and I think today is a perfect example of how we take that a step farther. I want to welcome you all. Our guests today are Gina Winchester. She is the Executive Director for Murray State University's Regional Outreach Office, and Aaron Dale, who is my counterpart in Murray. He is the Executive Director for the United Way of Murray, Callaway County. Thank you all so much for being here with me today.
Thank you.
I want to talk a little bit about a really exciting new initiative between United Ways in Western Kentucky and Murray State University. But first, I want you all to introduce yourselves to our viewers. Let them know a little bit about you and the organizations that you're representing. So Gina, you want to start off?
Sure, I'd be glad to. As you know, I have been working with the university for many, many years in several different capacities, but in 2007 we established a new initiative through the Council on Post-Secondary Education, which was at the time called the Office of Regional Stewardship and Outreach. And that initiative, basically the goal for the council was to take the state public institutions and to be able to capture that energy, that resource, and to put that to work in their service regions. So the state was divided. Each public institution was given an opportunity to write for the grant, and we received that money. And so we have a service area of 18 counties for Murray State University. Basically, it's from Henderson down to Christian, and everything west is our service region. And so I was hired to come on board to help establish that initiative and to basically work as a liaison between those counties, those communities, and the institution, connecting the dots and helping them as they identify needs to be able to take that back internal to the institution, use whatever resources we might have, whether that be financial, intellectual capacity, student-driven support services, that type of thing. So that is my job. I travel the 18 counties on a regular basis, and we have a wonderful advisory council that's made up of leadership from those 18 councils, as you know, because you currently serve on my advisory council.
Yes, I think you have an excellent advisory council. And it's been wonderful to work with you and to see the kind of work that Murray State University is doing in those 18 counties. And I know that you all also work closely with Aaron at the United Way in Murray. So Aaron, introduce yourself.
Well, I'm originally not from Kentucky. I'm actually from Eastern North Carolina, but I graduated from Murray State, which is how I got connected to Murray State University in Western Kentucky. So been able to really enjoy my role now as executive director and really just trying to make a big impact. And obviously through our conversation and relationship, United Way has helped me understand our focus, but more importantly see how we can help more people and frankly get out there and change some conditions that our community members are wanting.
So one of the big things that I know we do at the United Way in Paducah, McCracken County, and I know Aaron, you all do as well, is work with volunteers. And in our partner agencies, we help recruit those volunteers for them and for special initiatives. So I was really excited when the conversation began between United Ways and Murray State's Regional Outreach Office about Get Connected. And so most of our viewers are going to have no idea what that is. So I want to take a little bit of time to introduce what Get Connected is and then how we're going to use it in our community. So can one of you all explain what Get Connected is?
Sure. Well, imagine you're trying to find a volunteer opportunity, or you've got something that you want to donate as an in-kind need, or you're looking to either attend a fundraiser or any kind of special event. Where do you go find that right now? There's not a one-stop shop for that. If you call United Way, we send you somewhere, give you another number to call and route you somewhere else, or you just happen to fall upon something. What Get Connected is, and essentially will do, is give you that portal. It's that one-stop location where you can find volunteer opportunities, in-kind donation needs that are out there, but also special events that are going on. So you can create a deeper relationship with a nonprofit versus just going out and trying to find something to get involved with. This actually will allow you to pinpoint those needs, but really find out where your passion is and how you want to give back.
So it's on our website, and for the United Way in Paducah, the Get Connected website is www.volunteerpaducah.org. I know it's a little bit different in Murray, but the idea then would be that people would go on the site, correct, and be able to find a variety of volunteer opportunities.
Yes, it's very user-friendly. You go on and you just see needs. So nonprofits have needs, their organizations have needs, and even the people they serve have those needs. And so what you can do is go identify them and see where the needs are the greatest, but more importantly, what needs that you have the passion to help overcome and support around. And so you can find specific needs in areas that you're interested in. So if it's an after-school program, if you want to volunteer for half a day, or if you want to become a board member, you can segment and really look through those opportunities so you don't just go through a laundry list of 400 plus volunteer opportunities. You find things specific to what you're looking for, which creates a better relationship with you and the nonprofit, but saves you time and saves the nonprofit time on trying to find you.
Can you talk a little bit about the collaboration, how Murray State University even got involved in this initiative?
Sure, I'll be glad to. We, throughout the last 3 to 4 years, have been utilizing the seed money that the Council on Post-Secondary Education gave us through the grant to actually do what we are calling a re-granting process within the 18-county service region. So every year, our fiscal year starting in July 1, we begin with about $200,000 that can be re-granted back out into the community as individuals identify a need, as they come up with maybe a new initiative that they need seed money to get up and started, to help implement something. And so through a very rigorous granting guideline process, individuals can apply for that seed money, and then we work with those groups or agencies or communities to make sure that that is impacting the entire region. And the Advisory Council has been very adamant about making sure that whatever we are granting in the way of money out into the community, that it's impacting educational attainment. Because as we went through a very serious needs assessment, we found that that's kind of our number one goal, is to help raise that educational attainment level for everyone in the region, and hence making sure that we are meeting that vision of changing the culture in West Kentucky to be able to compete or to be successful in the next century. So everything that we do definitely has an impact on the region. It definitely involves getting a lot of people on board, and so the United Way agencies actually found the connection with the company out of North Carolina, which is Galaxy Digital, and came to us with a proposal to bring six United Way agencies from our service region together through this proposal. So we looked at that. It was granted in August, and we've been working very diligently over the course of the last several weeks and months to get each of those areas up and running throughout the region.
Well, and Gina's office has definitely been a huge part of this success. I mean, we brought her an idea and said, hey, we're thinking about this, we see the need, but we don't want you guys to take this on forever. This is something our organization wants to do. So we don't really need ongoing funding, we just need for you to help seed this start. And so that's what Murray State's role has been, and Gina even pushed back and said, how do we even take this further? How can we regionalize this and take it out to the rest of the Western Kentucky area that they serve, but as well as many of us serve within our United Ways. And so that's how the grant application started. They obviously put us through a rigorous test and made us try to prove and see where we were going, which was very helpful for us to get there. And when they said, yes, we want to start this, it started that collaboration and relationship to grow. And it's definitely seeding the beginning of something wonderful, because they're seeding a sustainable project that they can start and then walk away from and say, yes, we were a part of that success. And it's going to help, obviously, some Murray State initiatives, but more importantly, help people get connected to helping a nonprofit and or an individual at some point.
So how broad is this, as far as obviously I know our United Way in Paducah McCracken County is going to be utilizing Get Connected. Murray is. What are the other parts of the 18 counties that will be engaged around Get Connected? Definitely.
Well, and it covers roughly half of those counties. I want to say with a total estimation, it's around 12. So more than just half, but the others are part of United Ways, who frankly cover more counties and are more than just a single county United Way, similar to others, unlike us and Murray. But it will allow those groups and those individual counties to be able to go to that one-stop shop for volunteerism. So we're looking at 12 counties across western Kentucky using this system to be able to connect volunteers and other opportunities as mentioned. But that's a big focus and a big scope. And Gina and her office saw the opportunity, and the advisory board did. So it's really been kind of running from there.
How will this really change the landscape of volunteerism in western Kentucky?
Well, one of the things that I thought was unique about the proposal is, you know, the six, first of all, getting 6 agencies to work together is a feat in and of itself.
Yeah, definitely.
So that was unique that 6 United Way agencies came together with one proposal. And so, yes, like Aaron said, those United Way agencies in those specific counties are going to be managing and running their own volunteerism. But one of the concerns we had is, okay, what about those smaller communities in that 18-county service region, a couple of our river counties who do not have United Way agencies available to them? How are we going to get them connected and involved? So again, through working with the company, through Galaxy Digital, they were very open to kind of creating whatever it was we needed. And so we now have a kind of a, help me out, Aaron, kind of an overall agency that will be Murray State University, that any county in that 18-county service region can connect to and post volunteer opportunities. So if, for example, if they're not already in Callaway or McCracken County, but they still have a need, they can go through the Murray State site, post their need, look for volunteers, and all of that will then have that trickle-down effect so that all the agencies and all the communities will be involved eventually. So that's the exciting part for me is we kind of took it from an initial idea of 6 counties to all 18 counties. So.
And what they're doing is seeding the opportunity for an individual county to be able to have that resource and say, all right, make it sustainable, so we can't fund it forever, but bring us an organization that'll take on the leadership of it and the responsibility, and then we'll help start that. Whether it's volunteer Fulton or volunteer XYZ county or city, then that's what Murray State is going to bring to the table. But it's creating that idea that let's get collectively around this idea of volunteerism and let's start tracking it, because it has implications across scholarships for students, implications across grants, as well as other types of federal funding and support that we can get in our area. And if we can track and show that, then it's a game changer for other things that are to come. We just have to start there.
So when someone goes to volunteerpaducah.org or any of the other counties that have websites around Get Connected, they're going to see a number of agencies that they can volunteer around. And Aaron, you mentioned even issues, maybe mentoring or health or different issues that they're interested in engaging. But how user-friendly is the site for just an average person who maybe doesn't use, isn't very tech savvy? I'm one of those people. So I think it's important to let people know how complicated it is.
Yeah, and it's not complicated at all. I mean, if you can type in your email address and create a password, then you're in the system and you know how to use it in the sense of logging on. And really, it's just like you would use any other website. You look for a group, and then you click a button, and then it showcases what information is available from that group on what their needs are. So really 2 to 3 clicks and you're finding places to volunteer and look for. And what it'll do is make it easier for an individual to find things, whether they're looking for something specific, but also groups. So if you're a student or a youth program, or maybe it's a church youth group or a business that wants to do a social impact event, whatever it may be, this could be the place to go find that and to look for it, but also connect with that organization and respond to something specifically to create that relationship, but extremely user-friendly. One
of the things I'm so excited about with this is because so many nonprofits, our United Way included, do not have staff full-time that can organized volunteers, the kind of efficiency and I think ease that it's going to bring, and really the potential to truly get people connected that otherwise we never would have before. And so I want to thank you all both for being here. And Aaron, you know, you've really spearheaded this for the local United Ways in this region, and I want to thank you for that. And Gina, thank you so much for your time and your leadership through Murray State University. We've talked a lot about the Get Connected website and the software, but it kind of is overwhelming if you can't see it. And so as we close this segment, we're going to show a very brief video that's going to allow you as a viewer to get kind of an overview visually of what this website is going to look like. And so we're going to roll that and let you have a look at what the website will be like when you go to volunteerpaducah.org. And we will be back with our next guest after you watch the video. Thank you.
Get Connected is an easy-to-use, web-based platform that matches the right donors, advocates, and volunteers with the right opportunities in your neighborhood. You can use Get Connected to get in touch with nonprofits in your community by clicking the agencies link and filtering the list of organizations by the issues they address. You can also find ways to give back and serve your neighborhood by clicking Needs, where you can learn about opportunities to give your unused materials and household items to agencies in need of donations, advocate for causes that require your passion and voice, volunteer your time in ways that make a real difference, or work for an agency. You can then respond to or share needs through the system. Invite users to join you in searching for ways to give back, check out what events are happening in the community, and create an account so that Get Connected can personalize and highlight service opportunities for you. Welcome to Get Connected.
Hello and welcome back to Your United Way. Our second segment is with two individuals who work closely with volunteers every day, and so I wanted to ask Ann Bidwell and Amy Klevenitz to come and speak with us a little bit about how volunteers impact the work that you all are doing on a daily basis in our community. Why don't you introduce yourselves a little bit, talk about the agencies that you all are representing. Ann, do you want to start off?
Oh, sure. I'll start. My name's Ann Bidwell, and I work at Hope Unlimited Family Care Center and Medical Clinic in Paducah. And we also have an outreach center in Metropolis, Illinois. And basically, Hope Unlimited is a nonprofit agency that really cares about the family. We tried to build and strengthen the family by taking care of their physical, emotional, and spiritual needs. And we do that at the basic level. We start out with free pregnancy tests, and we can walk a mother through all 9 months of her pregnancy with OB care. We also have a Learn to Earn program that takes care of physical needs. They take parenting classes and earn points, and they can spend those points in our thrift store that's open to the community as well, Monday through Thursday from 10 to 4, or they can use it in our baby closet, which is stocked with diapers and wipes and formula and everything you might need. And we also have some peer counseling to help with other concerns around family development, and we see men as well in that. And we're expanding to new services in the new year. We hope to do job skill training for men and for women, and of course continue to be in all of our school systems talking about sexual integrity.
That's wonderful. And actually, I know the United Way just provided a grant for your abstinence program in the schools, so we're very excited.
Thank you for that.
Well, you're very welcome.
Yeah.
We're really excited about that partnership. And Amy, we are a longtime partner at the United Way with PASAC, so you want to talk a little bit about the work that you all do?
Sure. I'm the Associate Director there at the Purchase Area Sexual Assault and Child Advocacy Center, and we serve two roles in the community. We're both a Children's Advocacy Center and a Rape Crisis Center dealing solely with sexual abuse and sexual assault, and we're very proud to be a United Way partner. You fund all 5 of our programs, from crisis response, forensics, clinical treatment, prevention education. So we're very excited to be here, and volunteers are the backbone of everything that we do.
Well, and so I want to talk a little bit with you all about that, because as you heard in our first segment, Aaron Dale and Gina Winchester were talking about Get Connected, the new software that we're going to be implementing in our community around volunteerism, so connecting people. Can you talk a little bit about what volunteers mean to your organizations and what they're actually doing every day in your organizations?
Volunteers are frankly the hub of ours. Our crisis response department is usually where we first come in contact with a client. So whether it's a child that has disclosed abuse at a school, at a church, at home, or whether it's an adult that is presented to an emergency room here locally, crisis response is that first responder, that person that goes to the hospital and holds the hand of a victim and says, here's everything you need to know about what's about to happen here today. Or it's the first person that the adult and child meets when they come to the center for a forensic interview. You know, people have a lot of questions and they're worried and they don't know what's coming, and so we use volunteers as advocates. So they inform, they educate, and that can be overwhelming for some individuals because they think, oh, I don't come from this background, but we provide all of the training that is necessary, and it really takes a load off. You know, we have a staff of 11, and we're very blessed, but we serve 8 counties. And when you're serving this many counties and you do it all day long, you can't do it all night long as well.
Sure.
So to have that extra volunteer help is certainly a big help to us as an agency to be able to fulfill our mission.
And Ann, what do volunteers do at Hope Unlimited?
Well, as Amy just said, it sort of takes a village, you know, to raise a child, and it takes a village to help Hope Unlimited help families. Our volunteers provide peer counseling, and we train them obviously to do that as well, and they can help one-on-one with any kind of family issues that come up, and they can be anything from not being able to communicate with maybe a child's other parent or a spouse, as well as, you know, I have this baby or I'm going to have this baby and I'm concerned about financial needs, I don't know how to budget, can you help me with that? And so in that sense, that mentor, that volunteer becomes a link, you know, that one needed trusted friend that they can have and just say anything to, who can, you know, make order from that chaos that sometimes comes with, again, the unknown of having to be responsible for other people and yourself, and that can be sometimes in a crazy situation that surrounds it. But our volunteers also do some great things in our office, you know, from stuffing envelopes and folding brochures. You know, any nonprofit will tell you that. We have several very committed volunteers that come in maybe 1 day a week or 2 days a week. We have 2 men that volunteer to serve our men, and they even go into the jails and can help a parent who might be incarcerated earn points through parenting classes that would help the people outside the jail in the family. And we even have people, actually our thrift store is an important volunteer opportunity because it's completely staffed by volunteers who can come in and sort through community donations and hang them on hangers and price them, and then of course they work the register. And that can be just a couple hours a day, several days a week if they wanted to. And again, that store is open Monday through Thursday, and both Metropolis and Paducah have a thrift store desperately in need of volunteers to help with that.
And you all are registered on Volunteer Paducah, so people can look up those volunteer sites, as is PASEC. What do you think is the biggest struggle for recruiting volunteers? I mean, I know, because I know both of your organizations, that your mission and the work you do is so wonderful that once people get engaged initially, I think you don't have a hard time keeping them. But what is the struggle with recruiting volunteers initially?
It's such a personal, both of us deal in such a personal way with individuals in our community, and that can be off-putting to an individual who really wants to connect, but they're worried about getting in somebody's business, so to speak.
Sure, it's true.
I think that once individuals get past the subject matter and can say, wow, what a difference, I find my weekly boost in my direct contact with the clients that we serve. When you're able to say to someone, here, let me help you, and know that you have, you know, at PASEC we don't turn a volunteer, we don't turn them loose into the community and say, there, go help. We're going to provide you with the help that you need to get started. But there's always a staff person that's a phone call away as well. As volunteers, we ask that they serve on call, but there's always a staff member on call as well to support them. So I think certainly the most difficult part is to let people know that they're needed and they're wanted. But then once the training is in place, we have a very high retention rate.
So how do you think that Get Connected will transform or make your volunteer recruitment different than what it is currently? How do you foresee that?
Well, I think it's really going to bring us into the information age. I mean, Hope Unlimited's been around for about 20 years, and it's been a very grassroots, successful agency, but I think with Get Connected, we're really going to be able to reach out to more people at once. You know, in the past, it's been a lot of word of mouth, you know, individual contacts with, you know, maybe church groups or or other organizations, and here we can reach the individual at their home and provide them with everything they need, and hopefully even the application that they can fill out and literally bring it in. We can give a tour and then start scheduling a training date to get them ready to roll in whatever capacity that they'd like to serve in. So I think that part's really exciting, and to be able to, deliver a specific volunteer need. Like for instance, right now in Metropolis, we need a doctor to be willing to volunteer his or her license so that our ultrasound tech can go there and serve. And that's a very specific, targeted demographic that we need to reach. And that's something that we can put on Get Connected, and then hopefully someone might see it and might know of a doctor or be related to a doctor or be the doctor themselves, hopefully, that would be even better, and be able to communicate that need directly to them and send them to the site and to us.
And I know you all have Men Who Cook and a lot of great events that are coming up, so those kind of things can be posted obviously as well on the site.
Absolutely.
One of the things that I'm excited about with Get Connected and interested to hear your all's perspective is from the service providers end. So if someone does come in, say you're working with a client and they're in need of food or shelter, being able to pull Get Connected up and finding the resources in the community that are providing food or shelter right there, so you're not having to thumb through resource directories and they're outdated. And I know you all deal with that all the time.
Oh yes. Well, and I think too, when we're using a lot of volunteers that need to help clients, oftentimes it's hard to get everybody together in one spot to go over, okay, here are the referral agencies that we're going to be using, and here's what those referral agencies do. You just can't get connected to your volunteers that way. So I think it's great for the staff members, but it's going to be even more valuable to the people who are working with us, the volunteers, who can go over to our library and say to a client, oh, you mentioned that you maybe have had some issues with sexual assault before, and we'd love to refer you to PASAC. Let me go over there and get that contact information and let them know you're coming, or and it's a step that you can take that would help that person in need feel more safe, and it seems easier. You have a lot of that right at your fingertips, which is, I think, going to be a great thing.
I know, and I'm very excited about just the up-to-date information that will be available to our community now through Get Connected. And I so appreciate you all being here with me today, and I know the great work that you all do. It's tough work, but I think it's such important work and such great work for volunteers to get connected and be involved in. And so thank you so much for being here and sharing the work that you do with us today.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching our show today. If you're interested in becoming connected with any of the volunteer opportunities we've talked about today, or learning about other opportunities, please go to our website, www.volunteerpaducah.org, and learn about how you can get connected in this community. Until our next episode, thank you for joining us, and look forward to seeing you again.